picking on Harvard. If it hadn't been for him, we wouldn't even
Barry
have him.
Venison's hairstyle. and Paul McGrath sitting there.
Oh, Malcolm Allison.
Or Vinnie Samways with a hat on.
Oh, that's Vinnie Samways, isn't it?
Hold on. This is the hamburger place.
Oh, Malcolm Allison again. Malcolm Allison's brother.
Oh, that's Paul Mariner. Absolutely. That is definitely
I thought
Paul
that was Vinnie Samways.
No, that's Paul Mariner. Undoubtedly. I'd recognise his hamburger technique. Surely that's Jan Mulby. Oh dear. Oh, someone's arriving. Not Alison again.
Jimmy Hill. How do you do?
Jimmy Hill with his retirement letter. Why he's giving it to Barry Venison, I can't imagine.
It's me.
Oh my God.
No, Brian Robson.
That's
no.
Stuart Pearce, isn't it, on the right? Oh,
He's wandered off with the bloke with the hard hat in the stand.
that is definitely Stuart Pearce.
Gary Mabbutt.
All right, look up to your right.
Oh dear. Just like him. Gary Mabbutt on the road to recovery.
Oh, he's better.
Yeah, there you go.
That's good.
Oh dear. Gary Mabbutt looking
There's
thoughtful.
Stuart Pearce again.
Yeah. Or is it looks like Alan Shearer now he's combed his hair. Ronnie Allen?
Who?
Ronnie Allen, that looks like.
Who's Ronnie Allen?
Ronnie Allen, the Albion centre forward.
Who? From when?
1950s Albion and 5 caps for England, scored 2 goals in the FA Cup.
No one's heard of Ronnie Allen.
Don't be ridiculous. Ronnie Allen is a very,
he's
a very well-known, very famous English footballer.
Yeah. He's one of the most important players in the history of the game, is he?
Yes, everybody's heard of Ronnie Allen, just because you're...
Now, shut up now. Make a fool of yourself.
All right. Good show tonight, I thought.
Yeah, no, it's great. But I'm tired now. I'm going to bed.
Oh, I'm not tired anyway. What about a quick game of find football references in any book chosen at random from any domestic bookcase?
Oh, all right, yeah. OK, Stato, sort it out.
Hold on, Stato. Not the first time he's appeared in a video wearing a blindfold, are they?
Off you go.
Head for the bookcase.
He looks good in it, though, doesn't he?
He looks like sort of Axl Rose with a migraine.
Have you found one?
That's what. Here we go. Come on, let's go for it.
What is it, Stan? You have to take the blindfold off to tell us.
Othello by William Shakespeare.
Great. Well, we can do that, can't we?
Oh, there's be loads of football references in there.
All right, then. Let's have a look.
Oh, my good goal.
Do you want to start?
Well, if I can find one, give us a chance. Just any sort of act at random. What about this here? Iago. This sounds a bit footballish. I like not that.
Oh, that's a football reference of sorts.
Isn't that slightly Graham Taylor-esque?
I noticed in Act 2, Scene 1, Montano says that he has for the aerial blue an indistinct regard, which is surely a reference to Coventry. I would have thought we all do.
Yeah, I've got a fairly indistinct regard for him. I think I found a Tottenham Hotspur reference here. It says, it is almost a fault to incur a private cheque. That's got to be.
There's a very odd bit in Scene Act 2.
Oh, hold on, I've got another Tottenham reference here.
Yeah.
This is 2 Tottenham fans talking, right?
Yeah.
'Tis but a little way that I can bring you, for I attend here, but I'll see you soon. And the other one says, 'tis very good, I must be circumstanced.
Brilliant. Actually, there was something I noticed which wasn't to do with football, which is Rodrigo says earlier on, I will incontinently...
Peter Rodrigo, he's playing for Leicester.
Rodrigo says, I will incontinently drown myself. Is that possible?
Well, if you're very, very incontinent,
But so really, there's a bit where Iago tries to make a new ground out of Desdemona. And he says, so will I turn her virtue into pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net.
Hey,
Good, eh?
clever. Here's one. This is about the time that Leeds United got rid of Cantona, right, and got Brian Dean.
Yeah.
And it's a quote from Cantona when he's decided to leave, right, and let him stick with Brian Dean, and he says, "No, to be once in doubt is once to be resolved. Exchange me for a goat."
This is a very odd one. You have to believe me, but there was a player called John Hoare, wasn't there, Stato? Was it John Hall?
Oh, the old Cornishman from
yeah, used to play for
Plymouth and Exeter.
in 1947.
Cornishman.
And the referee said something that Othello says to Desdemona. He says to him, "Was this fair paper, this most goodly book, made to write whore upon?" That's the ref said to him once.
Oh, Robbie.
and apparently, what he carries on says, "What committed, which is what John Hall said. I was committed, ref. I couldn't help it. I couldn't pull out the tackle."
Is that right? Is that what he said?
That's what John
In a-
Hall said.
In a sort of a Cornish accent.
Yeah.
Here's one then, is John Fashanu, like this is from Act 3, Scene 4. This is the John Fashanu. Can he be angry? This is of John Fashanu. I've seen the cannon when it had blown his ranks into the air. That'll be the old long pole thing that Wimbledon used to do. When it had blown his ranks into the air, and like the devil from his very arm, puffed his own brother. No, that don't quite work.
Oh, here's one. Act 1, Scene 3, line 143. Othello refers to the anthropophagi and men whose heads do grow beneath their shoulders.
Men whose heads grow beneath their shoulders. What's that got to do with football?
There you go.
Here's one here. Here's Act 1, Scene 1 again. And Iago says, I am one that comes to tell you, your daughter and the Moor are now making the beast with two backs.
The beast with two backs.
Yeah, you know, the beast with two backs. I enjoyed that.
Splendid.
Tell you what about a quick game of find references to Shakespeare's Othello in any football book?
All right, then.
Right. OK, then what about Gordon West's The Championship in My Keeping?
Tough one, but all
There'll
right.
be a few in there.
Oh.
Who's that?
Astronaut, 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 astronaut. Well, we presume so. The costume certainly suggests as much. Who knows? It could be someone from Right Said Fred, or a Bako for Epcot. You can't judge by appearances. Duncan nor Bill Straight.
I am an astronaut.
Oh well, first impressions are often a useful rule of thumb.
I have been entrusted by NASA with the job of putting together a football time capsule, a permanent archive of our national game, which will be shot into space so that intelligent life forms elsewhere in the universe may be brought to understand the great football truth. That it is all right to have a disgusting smelling urinal as long as it doesn't have a roof.
But what do you want from us?
Apparently, your light-hearted approach to football has made the game much more accessible.
I think that.
It has been decided that 14 episodes of your popular feature Phoenix from the Flames should be included in the capsule. However, you should be aware that the capsule is to be launched at dawn tomorrow.
But we'll never sort this lot out in that time.
No, got no
Oh,
chance.
well, I'll ask standing room only then.
Oh, no, hold on. Hold on.
Let's
Calm
think
down.
about this.
What else is in the capsule?
A collection of items that after great deliberation have been chosen above all others to represent football's glorious history. A picture of Ronnie Allen.
The World Cup?
Oh no, it's my lunch. It's all burst. I don't know why she gives me melon and custard. It's a stupid lunch. I preferred the old days when you got meat and 2 veg all in one tablet. Oh no. This one's all right, but the other tapes are ruined.
What's that one?
Well, have a look. The list of explanatory introductions comes with it.
Oh, right. Stick it in then. Here we go. Greetings from Earth. Here are the 7 best football clips of all time. Number 1. If goalies come out of the box to take on players, it's always likely to lead to a goal.
See the goalie coming out there on the ball? They'll just dump it into the stand, probably.
Oh,
Oh, goodness me. Oh, God. Oh, what's going on? Number 2. Not all great moments have been goals. Sometimes near misses are even better.
Bryn Davies.
And here's the moment that won Eric Cantona the award for highest tackle of all time.
Some earthlings say that the player Vinnie Jones is predictable and unimaginative, but who else would have thought of doing this?
Players have become very adept at hiding fouls from the referee. Well, not all players.
Sèche Ginola à 20 mètres des buts. Monsieur Zvirok sort le carton jaune. Fernandez arrive. Coup de coude de Boli sur le Fernandez en fait des tonnes et Boli n'a, paraît-il, pas fait exprès.
The late 20th century fashion of plastering one's hair with gels, creams and goodness knows what else became particularly common amongst footballers.
It's stock, isn't it? Look what that's stock. And finally, the best football moment of all time.
Well,
Ah, what a marvellous clip that is.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, mate. Shame about all those other tapes.
No, you don't understand. It's up to you now. Your 14 phoenixes will represent football to the rest of the galaxy. This glorious opportunity to promote peace and understanding across the universe is resting on your shoulders. I leave you now. Remember, you have till dawn.
Yeah. Right. Better get cracking then.
Yeah.
Oh, the pity of it, Iago, I said as I walked out at Wembley. Brian LeBone looked a bit confused.
No, let's get on with this, shall we? Stato, you got any idea which video is which?
I told you I could put together an elaborate filing system, but you just laughed at me.
I don't remember you saying that.
No, I remember just laughing at you.
Yeah.
I'll just stick any one of them in, Stats.
Back-to-back terraced houses, factory chimneys smoking in the distance. It was here, amidst these humble surroundings, that Ronnie Allen was born.
Oh, no,
In what
that's
turned
mine.
out to be...
This looks promising. Did it cross the line?
Right. OK, Jeff, now, what you've got to imagine is that this isn't your back garden anymore. This is Wembley, 1966. It's very similar, yeah.
Last week, but it's pretty good.
Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, Jeff, but as far as I remember, it was a lovely ball out to the right wing from Nobby Stiles to Alan Ball.
Correct.
Right, and then Alan Ball took it down the wing and then crossed down to you. So, Frank, you be Alan Ball. All right?
Right, OK. So I'll go out on the wing.
Yeah.
Right, then.
The right wing.
The right wing, yeah. So here I am. I'm
Now,
Alan
hold
Ball.
on. That's nothing like Alan Ball.
Well, hold on. Alan Ball, then.
Great. OK, now, I'll be Hans Stilkowski, the German goalkeeper, and you be Jeff Hurst. Right.
Makes sense.
OK, Hans Stilkowski was wearing some sort of cap on the day.
Yes, he was.
Have you got anything? You've got...
I have.
Brilliant. That's it, is it? That's the actual one.
Very similar.
Isn't that the one?
That's him.
That is
As far as I'm
Stilkowski.
concerned, that's him.
Right, run Kenneth Wolstenholme.
Here's Ball running himself daft. And now Hurst can do it. Yes. No minds Masisto.
Oh, controversial.
Oh, controversial. Oh, did it cross the line?
Jeff, you're the only one who really knows.
You was there,
Definitely
mate.
sure. Roger Hunt's reaction, wheeled away, arms up. Had he not been sure as a professional, he'd have put the ball away.
And that-
I've gone on that for 27 years.
Right, OK then. We'll do that. We'll find out what Roger Hunt was thinking right at that moment. So you be Roger Hunt.
Yeah.
I'll be Wolfgang Weber, who ran and headed it clear, and you be Jeff Hurst.
Well, all right, okay.
Right.
Right then, let's have a look at this in slow motion.
Well, I'm coming in, and I could put this away, but the ball has so clearly already crossed the line that there's no point. No, Alan. There's no point. I'm convinced the ball has already crossed the line.
English fool! Your presumptuousness has allowed me the chance to head the ball clear and save the day for West Germany.
The linesman says no.
OK then, Dave, you'll be the Russian linesman.
The linesman who can only speak
Right then, OK. I'm the referee. You're Groucho... No, you're not. You're the Russian linesman. Did the ball cross the line?
What? I only speak Russian and Turkish. You heard? I only speak Russian and Turkish.
You're speaking English now, aren't you?
I don't know what you're saying. I can do sign language.
Oh, well, if you're going to do that, I'm going to do this.
All right.
Come on, then.
It's a goal! It's a goal!
What's with the white belt?
Well, he wore a white belt, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes!
Jeff, it's a goal! I'm Martin Peters!
Didn't we have some... There's a bit we didn't use at the end of that, Jeff.
There was a bit, actually, yeah.
Because we were all very excited about meeting Jeff, and there was a bit where we celebrated the goal, which we actually cut out, but I think we can probably see it now, can't we, for the people who've took the trouble to buy the video.
So there you are. But the question remains, was it a goal? Well...
Hey, can I put my arms around Jeff?
The advantage of this reconstruction is that with the kind of high-grade technology that we've got nowadays...
Can I just put my arms around Jeff?
We can find out once and for all.
Right, well, there's the goal line.
Oh, here it comes. Oh, it looks like it's going to be close.
It's a bit closer than I remember it, in fact. And, oh dear, that is very...
Oh, well, look, that's about 2 inches behind the line.
There's no debate
There's
about
no question at all.
And the ball's bouncing up again.
Well, I don't know. Well, we've seen it now.
Don't bother coming in right, because that's
it's definitely
a definite
question.
That's a great goal, Jeff. Well done, Martin.
You look completely mental with that haircut. You just look like a psycho, yeah.
Well, you know what happened? This thing about the barber who...
Yes, I've heard it 7 or 8 times, but please tell me again.
No, I told it on Gag Tag, actually. And
you never mention that in this house.
I'm so sorry, but it's a very, very funny story. Yeah. And maybe I'll put it on my own video where people don't make nasty remarks about it.
All right.
If you receive my meaning. What else we got down there, Stat?
All right, Clive, this isn't Porthcawl 1994, this is Argentina 1978. You're refereeing the World Cup game between Brazil and Sweden.
Well, first of all, I'm not satisfied with that. That's not the regulation size of the goals. I'm not having that. Look at it. That's not good enough. And look at that corner flag.
What?
That's too low. I'm not having it.
It's only meant to suggest it, Clive.
I don't care what it is.
Sake.
Hey! What do you think you're doing? That's a handball. I've just argued with you. I'm not having it. That's that. All right, and anyone. You stay away. You keep far away. And next, get away. Any more of that, and you'll have the red card. All right? I'm not having it.
Frank, you be Nalino, who took the corner, right? And I'll be Zico, who headed it in. Now, as I say, I'm sorry, Mr. Thomas. Could you just tell us in your own words what happened?
Well, David, it's Porthcawl and not Buenos Aires, thank God for that. It was, it's nearly times, injury time now, and I'm standing waiting for this corner to be taken. The Brazilian takes quite a time to take the corner. I'm speaking to the Swedish goalkeeper. The goalkeeper says how long to go, and I said, well, it's just times. Incidentally, this is the watch as well.
That's the actual watch.
And that's the whistle.
Could they snatch it right at the desk?
Hold on, I don't look very Brazilian, do I? Should do it.
Oh, Nalino, will you get on with it?
Calm down, Zico. You're too hyperactive, you are. You want to switch to decaffeinated, mate?
It's almost time!
All right, hold on a minute.
Will you get on with it?
Hold on, I've been meaning to finish this for ages. I don't know what you're making such a fuss about. You know, referees never blow the whistle until the ball's in mid-air over the halfway line.
Play Barry Davis.
We make it time now. But it's what Clive Thomas makes it that counts. Ronaldo right up on the line in front of Hellstrom. Oh, that's swerving viciously, and it's turned in! Magnificent goal! No, the referee, he hasn't given it. He has not given the goal. He has not given the goal. Zico flung himself at it. The ball came off his head and into the corner, but Clive Thomas blew the final whistle. He has not given the goal. The score stays at 1-all. The Brazilians find it total disbelief.
Well, Clive, it was a very controversial decision. You've taken a lot of stick for it over the years, but now is your chance on national television to defend that decision.
That's great. Giving me the first opportunity to explain...
Hold it.
Yeah?
4 o'clock. Finish at 4
yeah,
o'clock.
but hold on, I was going to tell you... Hey, give me a chance.
Sorry about that.
Hey, hold on. Look, FIFA regulations quite simple.
It's nearly times.
I love the way he says that.
I shall always remember that it's nearly times.
Do you remember we had a letter from someone called Nelly Times?
I remember that. Let's find that.
We had a letter, in fact, from Clive as well, after the... I'm sure he wouldn't mind us reading this out, or an extract of it. And this is what he wrote to the production manager on the show after. And he said that when you show the Phoenix, will you mention that I'm being made the managing director of Caxton Property Services Limited, and that my business necessitates travel around the country.
Really?
Yeah.
He travels all around the country?
Apparently, well, you know.
God, that's probably sorted some people out. There's probably some people now sitting in Bournemouth saying, I thought I saw Clive Thomas the other day. Couldn't have been him now. And thinking, oh, it was him. It was Clive Thomas.
Aren't the people living in rural areas thinking, what we need, you know, is some business associates?
What is it, Caxton?
What is it?
Caxton what? Isn't that a printing press from the 14th century?
That's what he sells, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
God.
Manager of Caxton Property Services Limited. So there's people in rural areas thinking, what
rural
we really
areas? Well, Chinese people.
You know rural areas. She lives with Dennis Waterman.
Bravo.
She on Bravo. I don't think she was that old.
Juliet Bravo. Oh, it's gone.
She played Juliet Bravo.
Oh, she did?
Good God.
Anyway.
Oh, she's changed. No, she... oh, let's forget about people in rural areas. They don't own videos anyway, do they? Most of them.
Yeah.
Hey, what's next? What we got down there?
So, Ian, the reason that I'm a Chelsea fan, right, is that my first footballing memory is actually of Chelsea winning the FA Cup final in 1970 when I was 6. So you ruined my life.
Hey,
23 years. 23 trophy-free years.
Hey, will you just calm down? Tell us about the technique for this long throw-in you used to do, Ian.
Well, a lot of players nowadays, they just come up and they take a throw in from there. But I used to take 3 or 4 paces up, and then the follow-on, which the press nominated as the windmill because my arms followed through.
Yes, round they go, plenty of wind today. Windy Miller,
Yeah, all right, Ian. Let's not to overdo it. So tell us exactly what happened in 1970.
Well, it's the first period of extra time, and we had a throw-in on the left-hand side. I signalled to Ozzy that I was going to throw it near post, not far post.
Yeah.
I took the throw-in. Jack Charlton, bless him, he flicked it on his head of Ozzy, and Webby and Tommy Baldwin were at the back, and Webby was there first.
Right.
That was the first time he was in front.
Okay, well, let's do that, okay? I'll be David Webb, you be Jack Charlton, and you be Ian Hutchinson.
Right, play Kenneth Wolstenholme.
And Hutchinson building up the position for one of his famous long runs near to the penalty box, and up goes Dempsey and Webb as Hutchinson prepares to take the throw.
Can we do it again? Give it a bit less this time.
So let's get it right then. You're David Webb,
Yeah.
I'm Jack Charlton, you're Ian. You don't look anything like David Webb, you know. opposition and people are taking throw-ins. Now I've got to go and stand in the bloody near post. Bloody throw-ins,
Yes, yes, if I score this, I'll be given VIP treatment by Chelsea for the rest of my life.
Yes, a goal. Webb. Webb has scored.
Help me!
He actually gave me the tracksuit that he wore in 1970 to wear at the cup final for luck, and Chelsea lost 4-0.
And it looked very tight, didn't he?
It did look a bit tight.
How do you account for that?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
What are you saying?
Nothing. Yeah, do you remember when he told us that he was going out with a fabulous bird who left him and said she was moving into
Fabulous bird. As Martin said in 1994,
Sorry if
people will still refer to women as fabulous birds.
Sorry, did I become James Boland from the Likely Lads? But he lived with some, I'm not saying he lived with, he was going out with a fabulous bird, and she left him to move into a Mayfair flat, apparently. And then he found out that the flat was brought by Benny Hill.
Yeah.
So he lost his girlfriend to Benny Hill.
Perhaps she thought it was Gordon Hill.
He was wearing his unlucky tracksuit that day.
She was absolutely brilliant. She's fantastic beauty, wasn't she?
She was. I think we've got a picture of her.
She was a Hills angel.
Yeah.
And went off with Benny.
So she said, I'm leaving with Benny, and he said, oh, I'll get out then.
But Benny never touched her, apparently. The tabloid said. Benny never actually laid a finger on her.
That's what she said. But he said that he'd show her how to please him. Or something.
What, just by running around in double quick time while a saxophone played in the background?
Yeah, with like stockings and suspenders just slightly showing every now and again. Well, I wouldn't mind that either.
Moving on.
What's next down there? Oh, I know what this one is. This is very exciting.
OK, here we are, Jeff. What this is Ellen Road, 17th April 1971. So take us through the crucial goal.
Well, Bobby Oak passed the ball to Tony Brown, and Tony Brown ran downfield, passing Colin Suggett, who was a good 20, 30-yard offside, but he wasn't interfering with play.
Right, you're sure he wasn't?
I'm positive. The referee was sure, that's why he said play on.
The referee was...
Ray Tinkler.
Ray Tinkler. So he was probably always on the phone, wasn't he, Jeff? Eh? Ray Tinkler. Anyway, OK, what we'll do is I'll be Bomber Brown, OK? Frank, you be Colin Suggett. You knocked it in past...
Gary Sprake.
Past Gary Sprake. So, have you got anyone who can be Gary Sprake?
My wife will be Gary Sprake.
Your wife? Excellent. And
I'll be Jeff Astle.
You be Jeff Astle.
Good idea.
Come on. Jeff Astle. Yes, and you're Colin Suggett.
Colin Suggett?
Not really. Just in this, all right?
Oh, and you're Bomber Brown.
Play Barry Davis.
Pass intercepted, but Suggett is offside.
What are you doing?
I'm not interfering with play. I'm seeking to gain advantage by being in an offside position.
Let's take it from the top. Barry Davis!
Pass intercepted, but Suggett is offside. The referee waving him on.
I'm sorry, that's why I'm shouting and all sorts going on. I can't even myself think. What was she saying?
Brown is going straight through, taking on Sprake. And the goal by Aston. Leeds will go mad. And they've every right to go mad.
You're right to do this, you know.
Leeds have every justification for going mad.
OK, Jeff, so then what happened?
Well, there was just a big pitch invasion.
Frank, pitch invasion!
Cooper still complaining to Ray Tinkler, the referee.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. There's some bloke saying something about me getting glasses or something. Look, do you mind? I'm trying to use the telephone. Right, now, get this right. 50 quid on Arsenal for the champions.
That is going to be a decision which will be talked about for years.
Well, Zorg, that Colin Suggett was definitely offside.
Jog, I shan't tell you again. He was offside, but he wasn't interfering with play.
Well, speaking as head of the Intergalactic Alpha Centaurian Premiership, I always thought that Astor was offside as well.
I've had enough.
Oh, good old Jeff. Well, you know, he was such a hero of mine when I was a kid. In fact, I've got his biography, autobiography. In fact, you know, footballers always used to churn out autobiographies, and this is a thing called Striker.
Yeah.
By Jeff Astle, and I think Jeff has chosen probably the worst action photo of a footballer ever taken there for the cover. Is that all right?
Think Jeff was thinking, this will make me look a bit tricky.
This is Jeff thinking, I'm about to fall over on this.
No, yeah, but he's thinking I can dance around, I can fool people, and he never used to do that, ever. Did he?
Well, I think that's a bit unjust. He was tricky in his time, but it's a strange shot. And there's a great bit in here about... do you know, during the 1970 World Cup, he staggered off an aeroplane, and people thought that he might have been drunk. That was the suggestion. And he explained here that it was all completely rubbish. And what has happened, he was on an aeroplane, and there was a bit of a crash, so he took 3 sleeping tablets. He said, not a crash, but it rumbled a bit, so he thought, oh, I know what I'll do, I'll take 3 sleeping tablets. And then the stewardess could see that he said a stewardess, noticing the state I was in, asleep probably, offered me a glass of something. She obviously thought I needed someone to calm me down, and she was right. I was too upset to worry about what was in the glass. I just gulped it down and did the same when she handed me another. I learned afterwards that it was either whiskey or brandy she'd given me. I'm no spirits drinker and can't tell one from the other.
Yeah, well, it would have been all right if it was brandy, wouldn't it? It would have been no problem. God, that's stupid of that stewardess not to mention what was in the glass.
And apparently, he said, then the sleeping tablets started to work and I staggered off the plane. And the headline in the Mexican paper was, England arrived drunk and incomplete.
Incomplete?
Incomplete, yeah.
What, with not enough spirits? It says here in Mick Shannon's autobiography, there's a lot about racehorses in it. And he
What a surprise.
He says, interestingly, he knows Lester Piggott. And at one point, he says about Lester Piggott, I think that's what probably gives him the most pleasure, pulling off a close one.
Really?
Yeah.
And coming from behind, apparently, he's very...
And there's one of the greatest bits of writing I've ever read.
So he told me what gave him the best pleasure was...
This is just a bit of writing I really like. It's Mick Shannon, and he says, I'm not a big eater, but I enjoy a steak. On the whole, I eat very plain food. I enjoy a curry now and again, I must say. But I'm a sort of a fish man on Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays. I like a bit of chicken and things like that, and I like meat, but I don't eat steaks late in the week. A lot of the lads have a steak at 12 o'clock before the match, but I always feel you can never break a steak down that late. You can only rest on your stomach during the game. He goes on the morning of a match, I usually have egg and bacon or sausage and bacon and a cup of tea, nothing else, no porridge or cereal, probably have another cup of tea. It goes on for ages. Just
But that sausage will break down, you know.
Yeah.
You've only got to taunt it a little, and it'll go completely. There's here a bit Mike Dials here. It's called Manchester City My Team.
Yeah.
And he's on about when they played in the cup final. And he said, we lined up on the pitch for the presentation and I shook hands with Princess Anne. I can remember thinking, she's very attractive. Her photographs don't do her justice. She had a peaches and cream complexion. Surely he means boiled beef and carrots, doesn't he? And she asked me how I was feeling and I answered, oh, not too bad now. Bit flirty.
I noticed this chapter's called Press-Ups in My Underpants.
Yeah,
as well.
that's...
Is that anything to do with Princess Anne?
Not connected.
Well, there's
We're
lots
cooking.
of great stuff in Mick Shannon's one. He talks about hooliganism. He says that hooliganism and vandalism never happens in singles, it's always in groups. The real supporters want more safety at the grounds. They don't want to get trampled and pushed around by a mob of idiots, by a mob of sheep. That's all they are. One goes bah, so they all go bah. And being sheep, maybe the police ought to use their Alsatians like sheepdogs when they see a group of these thugs and get the dogs to round them up. That would scare them off. Then he panics a bit and goes, of course, if you do that, a lot of decent ordinary citizens will say they're not going to games when Alsatians are darting around, no matter who is controlling them. But it's amazing what man and an animal can do.
And Alan Shearer was born.
Oh, I'm just going to finish with a short one, which is from Alex Stepney's autobiography. He talks about a player called Carlo Sartori, and he describes him as a red-haired terrier, obviously Italian.
Yeah, well, it's called Sartori.
Right.
Thing. What about Ronnie Clayton's last sentence? As I said earlier, I don't consider myself a soccer slave, but I am a slave to soccer.
That distinction. It isn't made often enough, is it? What else is on the video?
Brilliant, yeah.
Where is he? Where's Alan Sunderland?
I don't know.
Hello.
Sorry, mate, we can't talk to you now. We're looking for Alan Sunderland.
Yeah, but I am...
all right, yeah. Perhaps he's missed his train or something.
You definitely said 1 o'clock.
Look, don't
didn't
start
you?
blaming me. I said 1 o'clock, Alan Sunderland here, right? That, you know,
messed
it's
it
not,
up,
it's
haven't
not
you?
at this end that's been a problem.
Alan!
Oh,
Afro's looking great.
Yeah, well, I don't get very much chance to wear it these days, obviously.
Yeah. Well, it was one of the most famous afros in the 1970s.
Well, I had an offer from the Jackson 5 to work with them for a couple of months.
So, how come you left?
Well, they dropped me and got Remy Moses in.
So, tell us about your goal, anyway.
Well, we were 2-0 up with about 5 minutes to go, and we coasted, and we thought we'd won it. And then Man United went down, scored 2 quick goals, and it looked all over extra time or a replay. Anyway, then straight from the kick-off, ball was played to Brady. He took it down the middle, beat a couple of players, slipped it out to Rixie. Rixie crossed it to the far post, and there I was.
Right, OK, well, Frank, you be Liam Brady.
Okay.
I'll be Graham Bricks. Oh, Alan, have you got a... Brilliant. You be Alan Sunderland. Play John Motson.
There's a minute left on the clock. Brady for Arsenal. Right across, Sunderland! It's there! It's 3-2! Arsenal are back in front for Alan Sunderland.
So, you must be completely exhausted by the end of all that.
Well, that's right, but what made it worse was the old afro got completely covered in sweat and got really heavy. That's when I decided to pack in football and concentrate on my solo singing career.
You can thank the lucky stars, not as smart like you think we are.
The magnificent Dean Friedman.
I thought it was Alan Sunderland.
Yeah. Now, the thing of the bloke at the end was, in fact, in the real world, Dean Friedman.
Now, people who watch this programme extremely closely may be aware that a bit of that was actually missed out. There is a bit in the original version of it where we actually sing with Alan the Jackson 5's I Want You Back. But apparently, due to reasons, who knows why.
Beyond our control.
Yeah, who knows why. For some reason, they won't allow any Jackson 5 stuff to be used on comedy shows at the moment. Well,
Yeah, as if there's some sort of comedy thing about Michael Jackson going around.
Some kind of satirical angle might be found about him.
Well, it's a new one on me.
Or maybe something to do with Alan Sunderland. I don't know.
That can't be right, can it?
I hope not.
Let's have a look at the next Phoenix.
Right then, so what are we doing this week?
I don't know. Something from 1974, I think.
1974. The only thing I remember from 1974 is the Dick Emery show. Remember that Honky Tonk character? I really liked him.
I didn't know we had our own police force.
Well, all right, then. Okay, I'll be Honky Tonk. You be that woman who said, "Oh, you are awful, but I like you." And Jack, you be the vicar with the big teeth.
Oh dear, I shouldn't think we're recreating that, are we?
No, probably not. The only thing I remember about 1974 is I had this pair of very, very tight red pants.
Did they get a bit tighter when Honky Tonk came on?
No, they got stolen, actually. Oh, I was very upset.
All right. Well, OK, then. I'll be the red pants. Jack,
No, it's not that. I'm sure it's not that.
I did referee the World Cup final in 1974.
It's probably that, isn't it? Yeah.
It is probably
When you
that.
look at the 3 options.
Dick Emery wasn't there, was he?
Leave it.
No.
Tell us about it, Jack.
It was in 1974. It was in July. It was on a Sunday. We had to have it on a Sunday, something to do with the Germans' new sponsors. They couldn't work on a Wednesday. The Dutch weren't very happy. There'd been this fashion for wearing beads, and there weren't enough to go around. One bloke actually got quite sulky about it. And then they kicked off. Cruyff picked the ball up in his own half, went on a run. Hoynes came in, foul, penalty. The Germans hadn't even touched the ball.
Jack Taylor, 10 yards from the scene. No hesitation.
Right. OK, then. Well, look, I'll be Johan Cruyff. You be Hooness, right?
What?
You be Hooness, and you be Jack Taylor.
Right. And I'll adopt my authoritative pose. I used to do that. OK?
OK. play David Coleman.
30 votes with him. He may be the man.
Hold it. Coolness.
Sorry.
So I gave the penalty. Beckenbauer came up to me and he said, "You're an Englishman."
Ah, you are an Englishman.
What makes you say that?
Excuse me.
Johan, what do you want?
Very well, Dick Emery keeps following me around, taking photographs.
Will you shut up about Dick Emery?
But it's true.
Well, if he was there, perhaps my red pants were there as well.
Look, can we get on? I thought you were supposed to be Franz Beckenbauer.
Oh, yeah.
Look, ref, it was never a penalty.
I don't know what you're complaining about. You won the World Cup, didn't you?
President Walter Scheel, the new president, gives the new World Cup to Franz Beckenbauer, the captain of West Germany.
I'm sorry, this is stupid, just stupid. I don't want this to go on television.
Well, before you say anything rash, Jack, I think I perhaps ought to tell you that we do have secret film of you in a hotel room in Bangkok.
Don't be ridiculous, this man's a doctor.
I'm not talking about the doctor. I'm talking about these.
Oh, God.
Jack Taylor bit. Actually, some of you might think that bit about the rubbing the dirt on the ball, you might not remember now, the gag, you know. But it was all based on Mike Atherton when he rubbed soil on the ball. And poor old Mike Atherton now, probably sitting down having his Christmas dinner and thought, stick a video on. It's been a hell of a year, you know. It'd be nice to sit back, relax, and forget about the torrid time.
About football.
Yeah, something about football. Just put all that nasty past behind me. And there's a joke about him interfering with the ball. It's a sad business. If you're watching, Mike, you know, we forgive you for that.
Actually, that bit of Jack Taylor getting massaged by the Chinese man is from a film which we did once show a bit of on the series called, what's it called, Albion in the Orient.
That's it.
Yeah. And a bit that we didn't show from it because it isn't really football relevant is this bit, which I happen to think is the best bit of television ever made. How do they do that?
Good to see the Albion fans, the Albion players in the audience.
Yeah, enjoying themselves.
Lapping it up as they watch a panda play a trumpet. It's incredible that a panda could play a trumpet because we asked Terry Mancini to try it once, you know. It's not as easy as it looks.
So how many have we got? We've got about 6 or 7. Stato, you're gonna have to hurry up.
The astronaut's going to be back in a minute. I think I see dawn breaking. Do you know dawn?
Yeah.
Carry on. Well, here we are, the magnificent twin towers of Wembley Stadium, 1966.
So who am I then? Charlton, Hurst, Moore?
What do you mean?
You know, World Cup, 66, Alf Ramsey, swinging London, and down Carnaby Street the skirts are getting shorter and the hair is getting longer. Who does he think he is in that caftan?
No. You got the right period. You got the wrong game. I'm talking about the FA Cup final, right? Everton versus Sheffield Wednesday. I thought we'd do the 4th goal. So
that would have been.
Well, who do you want to be?
One of the players.
Right, Everton.
Yes,
Would it be Mike Trebilco? It's the obvious one.
Mike Trebilco, of course.
Okay then.
He was in some sense responsible for the 4th goal, was he?
Well, he scored it.
Absolutely responsible then.
Yeah. Okay then. I'll be Ron Springett, right? The Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper.
Right.
Sheffield Wednesday have brought everybody back now. They have 11 men between the ball and their goal. Scott going to take it there, you see. Harris moving up. Scott. Trebilco. A goal! He's equalised! Mike Trebilco. Now the scorer of 2 goals at Wembley.
Is that it?
No. Here comes Eddie.
Eddie?
Eddie Kavanagh, the bloke that ran on the pitch after Trebilco's goal. You know, the first ever football hooligan.
Well, what are we waiting for?
And two Everton supporters have raced onto the pitch, and their two supporters are going to see no more of this game. And a great tackle, almost on the line.
What are you doing? Hey? You just took me something there. What are you doing?
For those of you not from the Liverpool area, Mr. Kavanagh's dialogue is available on Scousefacts.
You just took me something there. You got me coat. Let me try my...
Excuse me, sorry, Mr. Kavanagh, excuse me.
Can't make it out.
You're the other policeman, all right?
Right. Bloody hooligan.
No. Look, he's an old man.
He didn't exactly look young in 1966, did he?
That's right, so he's a very old man now. So be gentle with him. Make friends with him, something like that, all right?
OK, I'll be chatty. So, Eddie, you must have seen a few good old Everton games over the years.
Loads of them, but the best one I was seeing was 1978. We beat West Brom 6-2.
Just leave it.
What have you
Just leave it, boy. Come on. We had a good laugh, didn't we, up there in Liverpool?
Yeah,
we
it's
didn't
fantastic,
actually
Eddie
have some genuine problems with Eddie's Scouse accent.
Yeah.
And there was a great bit, I remember, when we spent half an hour telling him what to say.
Yeah, he's the most scoused man in Europe. It's quite incredible.
There was a bit where it was actually for another thing that we did with Willie Carr, and he had to talk about Everton getting the thin end of the wedge. I think we've got the clip, haven't we? Let's have a look at that. All you've got to say is, we got the thin end of the wedge with that donkey kick.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, we got the thin end of the wedge. A bit pissed off. You know.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Then you got to look this up. Afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if once you start running, if you wait a couple of seconds and then just say it. Yeah.
After what?
Yeah, well, once we started running, they'll say start running, right?
Yeah.
And then after you've run just a couple of yards,
Yeah.
just say the line because we won't say anything.
Yeah.
And then he'll
Then I'll
bring
rub
you
it
down.
up, yeah.
I've got it.
All right?
So it's, yes, we got the thin end of the wedge with that donkey kick.
Yeah.
Is that okay with that?
Yeah.
Right, they're running into shot and then end up on the two shot on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm in this as well.
Oh, three shot, okay.
Yeah.
And then
Say against Coventry.
Yeah, say what you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
As long as you say we really got the thin end of the wedge with that.
Yes, we did not get the end of the wedge. That donkey kick against Coventry, didn't we?
Should we try it again?
I thought that was
Yeah,
quite
go.
good.
I thought that was quite good. It's almost,
That was splendid.
we just took Eddie out for a nice pint of old incomprehensible.
Isn't there a George Best one on there somewhere? George, can I stop saying that? It's a real honour to meet you, the greatest footballer ever. It's just a real honour, and to take part in the reconstruction of one of your goals. I mean, I'm just so excited.
Okay, calm down. Right, now I'll be Gordon Banks, George, and you be George Best, right? It's pretty straightforward. So I'll stick the post down.
Hold on,
We can
hold
go
on.
for it.
What about me?
Eh? Well, it's sort of a two-man thing, you know. It's just sort of Gordon Banks and George Best. There's no room for you, really.
Well, I could be George.
All right then.
Okay, is there a boutique anywhere I can pose in front of?
Well, hold it, you know. Let's just practice this first.
No, I never turn up for training.
It's probably been drinking or something. Not that I suggest you.
Of course. Either I play George Best or I ain't doing it.
Oh, well.
You could be Gordon Banks. I mean, that would be.
Not really, no.
Okay.
So I'll be one of the England defenders.
That'd be all right, wouldn't it? You
Yeah.
could be Peter Storey. Well, yeah, but that doesn't make him a bad person, does it, George?
Not really, no.
All
He's
right,
a nice guy, really.
Yeah.
All right.
You be Peter Storey, I'll be Gordon Banks, and you be George Best.
All right, sounds good.
Come on. So, what happened next, George?
Well, Peter Storey passed it back to Gordon Banks.
Gordon?
What?
You're not interested in any...
Thanks for the pick it up. I know the keepers could take as many steps as they wanted. And I'd watched Banksy. I knew he threw it up in the air before he cleared it, and we ducked and dived against each other a little bit. He throws it up in the air. I flicked it when he tossed it in the air. It bounced once, and I had it into the goal.
Banks being driven left, and was that a foul? The whistle hasn't gone. Best.
Now go away.
Foul given.
So what happened? Why did the ref disallow it?
Well, I asked him right away, and he didn't seem to know. And then afterwards, he had time to think. He said it was for dangerous play, but I'm not too sure.
Right.
Well, perhaps we should have another look at it then. I'll tell you what, Dave, you be Gordon Banks this time.
Oh, good. I didn't want to be George Best. Anyway, I'd only end up swearing at that nice Terry Wogan. Disgraceful.
Banks being driven left.
Have a drink, get him just pop, obviously. Oh, it looks like Peter Story let some... Is it a ring in there? Good old George, eh?
Yeah. Looks great on it, doesn't he?
I wonder how much it cost to get to a health farm.
Yeah. Do you think you get sausage sandwiches at that health farm?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't mind some now, actually. Can we have a few sausage sarnies, Stato?
Yeah, sure. I know what you're thinking. They've got him making sandwiches, putting in videos. Why, they just treat him like a common manservant. But it's not true.
No, not at all.
We love him, really.
Everybody loves him.
Don't we, Frank?
Yeah. You see the letters we get about him?
We get letters every day saying, who's that man? Is he mental? Is he gay? Is he David's nan? Is he king of all the specs? People write in, demanding to know the facts. What is his gender?
Without pudenda.
Does he have children?
No, we released them.
Is he quite smelly?
Yes, he's quite smelly.
How did he ever get on the telly? He is perfect for our show, and we will never let him go. And we should thank our lucky stars that he doesn't know that he's such a silly ass. Is he quite boring?
No, we ignore him.
Is he Ronnie Allen?
You just put that in.
What do you feed him?
Straight out of this tin.
Doesn't it harm him?
We'll stick with him to the end, and he will always be our friend.
And you can thank your lucky stars that he doesn't know that he's such a silly ass.
You can thank your lucky stars that he doesn't know that he's such a silly.
I can thank my lucky stars that I don't know that I'm such a silly ass.
Oh, I'm moved now. I'm really moved.
Right, Gordon, this isn't Loughborough, this is Guadalajara. So, what happened?
Well, it started the night before, in actual fact, where the Mexicans were trying to keep us up, not letting us get a good night's sleep. What happened was they came to the traffic lights, wouldn't move, and all the people behind wanted to move, obviously, when the lights changed to green, and they stood there with the hands on the horns.
Right.
And
they did that deliberately?
Oh, yeah, to keep us up. And,
well, come on. If you go to bed, then we can be the Mexicans making the noise.
All right, then.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Wake up! Wake up, you stupid English!
Fifi, give us back our bracelet!
You lost the World Cup, and it had to be found by a dog called Pickles, which in your country is also a type of relish.
Hey, Alan Ball, you have got ginger hair! He's not Auburn, he's ginger!
Difference! It was not a goal! You know it in your heart!
Yeah.
Will you be quiet, you noisy Mexicans? You've woke up Bobby Charlton.
Oi! Oh, you lot! Will you shut up? We're trying to get some kip in here. You what? At least it's not ginger.
But the actual save started from Francis Lee having a shot from just outside the area.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper getting a hold of it and rolling it out to Carlos Alberto.
Yeah.
He now shoved it forward and hit it with the outside of his right foot, curved it right into the path of Jairzinho, who now cut across Cooper, and then, of course, Pelé leapt up like a salmon.
OK, let's stop it there. OK, so Frank, you be Jairzinho.
All right, so you're going to be Pelé, also known as Edson Arantes do Nascimento, a poor Brazilian peasant boy.
Yes, all right. And you be Gordon Banks.
OK.
Jairzinho. Already left Cooper standing. Pelé!
Yes! He has scored! Pelé! Also known as Edson Arantes do Nascimento, a poor barefoot peasant.
You have lost the World Cup! Send for Pico!
Pelé! What a save! Good! Take that out of the net!
Oh, the greatest player in the world, playing against the horrible English.
You see, in a World Cup in Mexico.
Only the goalie took it and he could not score.
I don't know why he didn't just punch it in with his hand.
Because we did have another joke which they cut out because I thought no one would get.
Yes.
Based on the fact that Francis Lee became a millionaire on a recycling paper company.
Oh, terrible night. I'm having that. Might be worth something one day. Oh, hello, Bobby. What have you got all those jumpers on for in this heat?
Oh, no. My little girl said it was going to be cold today, with the possibility of rain in the northwest of the region, maybe a little sleet or snow. This is due, she said, to a ridge of high pressure coming in.
One of the great things about doing Phoenix from the Flames is there's always a moment when we're doing it where I just get this sort of rush of joy about the fact that we're actually playing football with Jeff Hurst or Gordon Banks or
Jeff Astle.
Or Jeff Astle, obviously, or Frank Skinner. And sometimes you just think it's great that I can try and get the ball past Gordon Banks, and sometimes I actually can.
I scored again.
Come on, you're not Gordon Banks at all, are you? Oh, that's incredible. So Pelé couldn't, but you did. Fantastic. Well, if Pelé had a cross like that, he'd have probably scored as well, I think.
Yeah. You are Jairzinho in so many ways.
Get out. Come on, next.
And he takes it up the arse. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, very kind. Thank you. Now let me, if you will, just slow things down a little bit. Here's a ballad that a lot of you old Chelsea fans will remember. Celery, celery. She wouldn't come, so I'll tickle her bum with a stick of celery. Celery, everybody.
Oh, no,
that's
all Max
Bygraves live at the Royal Albert Hall.
It's a great video. Have you watched the whole thing?
Many times, yeah, 6 or 7 times.
It's fantastic. Oh, well, that one, that's a good one. That's a good.
Oh, isn't that the one that we did on FA Cup Final Grandstand? Right, Trevor, now this is Wembley, May the 10th, 1980, West Ham versus Arsenal.
Oh, before we get into this, I read somewhere, Trevor, right, that you never ever swear. Is that true?
Yes, of course.
You sure you don't fancy a quick swear now before we start?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
West Ham are rubbish.
I once saw you on Match of the Day wearing a tie that looked like it had been cut out of some stupid tablecloth.
Oh, I'm glad you noticed that. I tie with this jacket.
Anyway, Trevor, you scored the only goal in that cup final. Tell us about it.
Well, Alan Devonshire got the ball out wide on the left, and as always he did, he got to the byline, crossed it,
Pat Jennings in goal for Arsenal came out, palmed it away, ended up at the feet of Stuart Pearson, and managed to divert it with my head into the back of the net.
Right, and how long was that into the first half?
It's about a quarter of an hour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right then, well, I'll be Stuart Pearson, you be Alan Devonshire, and you be Trevor Brooking.
Fair enough.
Actually, Trevor, just before we do that, I wonder if you wouldn't mind knocking this nail into this piece of wood for me.
Sure. No problem.
Great.
Oh, Shearer's had a good season, hasn't he?
Trevor, can you describe this man in one word? Let's do the goal.
Hold on. We still haven't got anyone to be Pat Jennings.
I'll do it.
Nothing like you. Excuse me, do you fancy being Pat Jennings?
Yeah, sure.
Play John Motson.
Oh, Devonshire's round the back. Oh, right across, it's free. Driven in, and is it a goal? It is. Alan Devonshire made it possible. The ball over to the far side of the goal. In they came, trying to make contact, and watch number 10, Brooking. He scored from inside the 6-yard box. Trevor Brooking, the idol of the East End.
I've come back to you, love. But do you know why?
Why, Frank?
Because I worship Trevor Brooking.
Oh, no, he's lovely. And he never swears, you know, Dot.
No.
Of the day.
Frank Butcher look more like Kosher Butcher to me. Do you remember when they played that on Cup Final Grandstand? After it, Des says something like, Trevor Brooking in drag, that's got to be a first. Well, as far as we know.
Put another one in, Stato.
Put another one in, Stato. How dare you?
Right then, Clive, so it's Ifield Road, September 1980. You're playing for Palace. Tell us what happened.
Well, we got a free kick on the edge of the box. Remember putting it down. Jerry Francis tapped it to me, and I just thumped it, hit the stanchion and came back out.
And the ref disallowed it?
He didn't give a goal.
Right, well, we can do that. I'll be the Coventry Wall, you be Clive Allen, and you can be the stanchion.
No, I'm not going to be some stupid inanimate object that Clive's just going to thump the ball at.
No, I'm the Coventry Wall.
I'm the staunchion then. Fine, the staunchion. That's a pie.
Hold it. The word is stanchion, right? Only mental people say staunchion.
OK.
Right then, play John Motson.
That's a free kick to Palace right on the edge of the area. To the judge to have fouled Jerry Murphy. Oh, what a tremendous shot by Allen. And the ball played out of the hooker, and Palace appealed for a goal. And they surrounded the referee, saying it
We all crowded round the referee, got him to go and speak to the linesman.
was the ball in the net, or rather, was it over the goal line?
I can't believe it. Hit the staunchion. Hit the stanchion. Hit the stanchion.
There's no goal.
Come on, ref, it was a goal.
Talking point. I can't believe it. The game has to go on.
So, Clive, what happened then?
Well, the referee went over to speak to the other linesman.
Now the other linesman is being consulted. What does he say?
So what happened?
Well, I couldn't see your collar was in the way.
I think he hit the crossbar.
Well, I thought it might have hit the staunchion. I meant stanchion. I'm not mental or anything. Where are you going?
It's all right, I'm just going to get a bigger collar. Wear it up. Like the French do.
It was a goal. It was definitely a goal. We were the team of the 80s.
Yeah, I know. Never mind, Clive. At least you had some very important people on your side.
We did ask the referee for a view, but he preferred not to comment. So let's look at it now from two angles. The referee moves to his right, and what I was at exactly the same angle as this. What seemed to deceive everybody was the ball was there. We stopped just for a moment.
Interesting. Well, now let's have another look at it from the other angle.
In comes Allen. Blythe moves forward a bit. The ball is whacked. And you can see the position of the referee, not unsighted, and it hits quite clearly the stanchion at the back of the goal. Down it is.
A lot of people say, why don't you have any Scottish football on the programme, don't they?
Scottish people say that.
Scottish people generally say it.
English people say thanks for not having any Scottish football on the programme.
Yeah, but we did have a bit of Scottish football once, didn't we? It's down there somewhere.
Sato's got it, he's got it there, look.
So, Tommy, we're here to recreate your greatest ever moment. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, well, there was I, just outside the box.
I remember it well.
And the ball came across from the right-hand side, and I hit a screamer into the top left-hand corner of the Italian goal.
Did you?
Yeah. European Cup final goal against Inter Milan.
We're not doing that one, are we?
No, leave it to me, right? The thing is, Tommy, we're not actually doing that one. We wanted to do this one.
Up to Gemmell. Gemmell, fouled surely. Referee wave. Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh, that was uncalled for.
That European Cup final goal was one of the greatest moments in my career. And the Helmut Haller incident was one of the lowest moments.
Well, yeah, but it's a lot funnier.
Well, that's true.
OK. Tell you what, Frank, you be Helmut Haller, I'll be the German defenders, and you be Tommy Gemmell.
Play Archie McPherson.
Up to Gemmell. Gemmell, fouled surely. Referee wave. Oh dear! Oh, that was uncalled for.
Sorry, Tommy, don't happen.
Well, actually, I chased Haller, but it was for much longer than what you saw on television.
Ja, want ik zag hem, maar actually, mijn been is gebroken.
Have you seen this man?
Fine.
I actually thought it was number 11. But I'll catch him if it kills me. Then Haller started limping around, holding his back and doing a bit of play acting, making things look a lot worse than what they really were.
Yeah, and then a bloke from the First World War turned. What's the problem?
Oh, mijn backen is gone onto my knee and I think if I'd done in mijn ankle.
Well, luckily I'm from the Red Cross, the most advanced medical organisation in the world.
Oh, what have you got?
A blanket.
Haven't you got any cortisone?
Cortisone? Don't you know there's a war on? I've got some powdered egg.
I thought I was treated very, very badly. After all, Haller had to go at me first, and the whole matter still really upsets me.
Yeah, and just think, Tommy, if Haller hadn't have fouled you, you might have scored, Scotland might have knocked Germany out of the World Cup, and then Germany mightn't have beaten England in the quarter-finals, and so in a way, if it wasn't for you, England might have won the 1970 World Cup.
Well, that just shows you. Every cloud has a silver lining. But I must say, I was really depressed at the time. My God, what have I done? I've disgraced myself. We're out of the World Cup. Everybody's going to blame me. What can make me feel better at a time like this?
There you go. Right as rain. I've been assaulted by some of the best footballers in the British Isles over the course of the
Tommy must have had a fantastic day. That we flew him all the way down from Scotland, gave him a couple of cans of beer, and he had the chance to kick two Englishmen up in the air. That bit when he kicked me there, it really, really hurt. He kicked me up in the air, and I landed on my elbow and couldn't breathe for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, mine hurt as well.
Yeah,
mine hurt as well. They both hurt.
He just kicked us up in the air.
Just winded.
You okay?
Yeah, just get my lungs working again. I just went my elbow into my belly. Oh, did you catch that?
That's it. That's it, Dave.
That was a crash.
Remember David was laughing at me when I did it.
David, there's this consolation, it was your right leg.
Oh. Tommy's having a field day.
Did you get that?
Yeah. That astronaut's going to be back in a minute. Just stick another one into there.
So, Alan, you're a bit of an expert on analysing defensive errors. So we thought today we'd analyse an Alan Hansen defensive error.
Sorry? I don't understand that.
You know, a defensive error.
No, what I don't understand are the words Hansen, Alan, defensive and error in the same sentence. Could it be that you've missed out or never made it in the middle of it? Have you done that? And look, you, Bedell, you should be keeping your eyes on me all the time. You've drifted away and you've left too much space in there.
Shall we turn to the...
Well, that's it. I've got room to turn. I shouldn't have.
Alan, tell you what, let's just pick a goal at random and do that one. One of Gary Lineker's. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
OK.
Now Reid. Lineker off through the centre again. This is promising. Lineker for Everton. Saved by Grobbelaar. Lineker. 1-0 to Everton.
There's no doubt about he had the pace to relieve Hansen struggling, and the ball...
Well, maybe that was a defensive error.
Right.
Yeah, Grobbelaar should definitely have held that.
OK, well, I'll tell you what, let's reconstruct here. I'll be Peter Reid. By the way, Peter Reid turned into a werewolf that day.
Did he?
Yeah. So I'm him. Frank, you be Gary Lineker, and you be Alan Hansen.
Right. Play John Motson.
Peter Reid's through ball, absolutely measured. It puts Lineker clear of Hansen.
Come on, Alan, keep up. You don't impress me, don't I? I'm a personal friend of Willie Thorne.
Oh, yeah?
Mm. And I've never been booked.
Haven't you? You want to get yourself an agent. Mine gets me TV work and everything.
Oh, excuse me, Alan, I must just get this goal.
Grobbelaar made the first save, and Lineker followed up and put Everton into the lead after 28 minutes.
Oh, this shouldn't happen to me. I'm one of the game's most colourful characters. Be a free transfer next.
What went wrong? Well, let's have a look at that again. Well, maybe the goalie should have held it, but really, you've got to blame this defender here. I think that's a bit unfair.
Yeah, give him a chance. He tried his best, but it was just one of those things.
Hey, what do you know about it?
Well, I know as much as you Scottish.
Right, Statter, how many phoenixes is that?
10, 11, 12, 13.
Still one short then.
No, I all sit like this.
What time is it?
Oh, heck. Oh, no.
Oh, hello, honky tonks. I have returned. There is very little time. Give me the 14 phoenixes.
Sorry, look, we can only find 13. Will that do?
No. I have strict orders. It must be 14. They should include an incident from the World Cup, a controversial refereeing decision, a Gary Lineker goal, and preferably someone hitting the staunchion. But there has to be 14.
There is this one. Keegan getting sent off against Leeds. But he was in that fire and there's only a fragment left.
That's the real footage there.
Oh, sorry, David. No, that's no good. Where are we going to find another Phoenix in 6 minutes?
Hold on. Aren't you Dave Besant?
Yeah, ever since my experience at Chelsea, I thought it might be best if I had a second job to fall back on.
Hold on, what's the greatest moment of your career?
Well, you lot did a joke about me being trampled by a giant horse.
Oh, you watched the programme?
Yeah, although my favourite programme is the Dick Emery show.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, definitely.
I mean, my favourite character is that woman who used to say, "Ooh, you are awful, but I like you."
Yeah.
Especially the way she used to trip as she walked off.
Yeah, that was great, that. Did you ever get to meet her?
Yeah, she came out of us to inspect the pitch just before the final.
Oh, look, I'm ever so sorry we haven't got another Phoenix.
Yeah, I know, it's a pain. Of course, everyone thought it was going to be a really rough final. The BBC was so sure that it was going to be injuries, they brought in famous experts on each particular part of the body.
He seemed to take it right on the chin there. It was a hasty clearance, didn't matter where the ball went as long as they got it away. But they didn't get it away, they got their own player straight on the chin. He staggered and then fell. But here we can see, first of all, the foul, but we don't see the ball hit his chin.
And then, of course, there was the penalty.
Oh, yeah. Tell us what happened again.
Well, John Aldridge was going through and Clive Goodyear come in, done a perfectly good tackle, Aldo hit the floor, penalty.
Yeah, what you've got to remember is that the linesman on the day was actually watching from behind Jan Mulby.
Oh, yeah. I see he gave Aldridge 5 points for the dive as well.
Yeah, well, the linesmen on the day were a bit odd. They're actually the Thompson twins from Tintin.
Anyway, look, we must try and come up with another Phoenix.
So then what happened?
Well, John Aldridge took the penalty and I saved it.
I don't know how you saved a penalty in the cup final.
It's quite simple. Tell you what, you be John Aldridge and I'll be Dave Besson.
All right then.
Play John Motson.
Besson thinks that, or thought the kick might go to his left or the right as we look if Aldridge decides to go the same way as in the semi-final. He did, and he saved it and made history. And Besson did guess right. His homework paid off, and Wimbledon is still in the lead.
So then, Dave, fantastic moment for you. You went up the stairs to the Royal Box to get the cup from Princess Diana.
It's a weird and wonderful world if you come from Wimbledon.
Hold on, I think we've just done the 14th Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. Well, as John Motson said, it's a weird and wonderful world if you come from Wimbledon.
Yeah, what did he mean by that? I mean, is it really a weird and wonderful world if you come from Wimbledon?
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, and I thought to myself again, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I see them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah.
The British public would like to thank Frank and David for featuring an astronaut as a main character in this video, without once making a comic reference to the planet Uranus.
And Paul Warwick will be a Munster player next season and for the season after that. Here's an opportunity. Earls out to Hurley. Hurley out to Murphy. Murphy couldn't gather it. Well, the chance went. They had numbers, did Munster.
scrimmage.
I tell you what, we've seen some open stuff tonight, haven't we?
Glasgow rushed up in defence. Bernardo Stortoni saves his inside backs here by just timing his tackle on Hurley to perfection, stopping the Munster try. But that's what sometimes happened there. Quick ball off the line out. Munster won it against the head. Straight away Warwick with a wide pass over the head of Max Evans. It could easily have been a Munster try.
That looks rather like Bernardo Stortoni to me. He's been a major asset in this part of the world since his move from Bristol. The Argentine who started in the defeat by France in November. He's clearly picked up a serious knock here. But it was the pop pass here, wasn't it, to Howlett, who's out of shot. That would have, there's Howlett. If he could have found his man, I think that was odds on another try.